behind the bar, the steam begins to rise. You greet the day with just one glance and ran me through my eyes. No second guess, no searching pause. You know before I speak. The way you move is like a note composed for what I see. A faint recall of gentle things you gather without sound. The smallest shade of how I feel you somehow always found. A porcelain smile, a softened air, you hand me what I crave. And in the quiet act you make, you're more than words could say. In gestures laced with silent care, you hold what I conceal. Your hand extends what feels like home and shows me what is real. The light reflects on lacquered wood you fold into the flow. Not asking why, not missing once the rhythm that I know. You never point or ask aloud, yet offer all I need. A warmth that pours into the cup, then lets the silence sleep. A memory built from morning hours still settles on the glass. And though the world keeps moving fast, you never let me pass. You never claim to understand, but still you always do. And every breath I take today feels traced with thoughts of you. In gestures laced with silent care, you hold what I conceal. Your hand extends what feels like home and shows me what is real. No sudden word, no flashing sign, just ease within your frame. And when I turn, you're waiting there as if we played a game. A knowing glance, a quiet nod, so simple yet so deep. I'd trade the loudest love I've known for something I can keep. In gestures laced with silent care, you hold what I conceal. Your hand extends what feels like home and shows me what is real. Even when the world turns loud and mornings lose their pace, you bring me what I didn't ask and fill my empty space. A velvet trace along the rim, the daylight leans and sighs. You watch this world dissolve again with wonder in your eyes. No hurried hands, no closing call, just time that slowly spills. A silence steeped in something warm that lingers as if it's ill. the distant hush inside the cup now breathe against my chest. You tilt it back and with a nod you drink the very rest. A finish soft but full and round, it holds a secret weight. And even as the glass runs dry, it's something we create. And endings where the quiet stays, you bloom like summer tea. A trace that curls along the rim and follows when I sleep. The shadows play across the grain as dusk begins to bend. You don't reach out to catch the night, but meet it like a friend. You never try to frame it all or find the perfect close, but in the way you stay so near, the sweetest part still grows. A drop remains, it coats the breath and clings to every word. And though I move from where we sat, your laughter still is heard. You never write a final line, but shape it in your skin. And I believe if love can last, it always starts within. In endings where the quiet stays, you bloom like summer tea. A trace that curls along the rim and follows when I sleep. No heavy close, just something more than clear. And when I taste the air you leave, it's like you're always near. A memory slow and slightly sweet that stains the passing hour. I'd sip again each second past for one more drop of ours. In endings where the quiet stays, you bloom like summer tea. A trace that curls along the rim and follows when I sleep. Even if the cup runs dry and lips forget the heat, our love will echo in the steam, still fragrant, full, complete. A glimmer slips along the glass, the fizz begins to raise. You step into the afternoon with laughter in your eyes. No clever tricks, no rhyme cliche, just sunlight on your grin. And suddenly my chest ignites with something bright within. A burst of pink that skims my thoughts and leaps without a sound. You tilt your head, the moment pops and spins the world around. A whisper made of crystal threads now echoes through my skin. And when you speak, the silence breaks like joy that jumps right in. In tiny sparks that dance and fly, you shimmer when you smile. cubes, the curl of zest still hums beneath your tongue. You never know the way you bloom and make the stillness known. You never chase a perfect beat or try to make me guess, but every glance you send my way feels fizzy nonetheless. A swirl of air that meets my grin and gently pulls me close. And though I try to act composed, my cheeks betray me most. You never plan to sweep me up or burst into my day, but somehow in your quiet light my flutter floats away. In tiny sparks that dance and fly, you shimmer when you smile. A sweetness laced with citrus rind that stirs my heart a while. No overture, no fireworks, just bubbles in the breeze. And when you laugh, the air becomes a melody that frees. A grapefruit drop upon my tongue, then spreads like glowing wine. I'd catch that sparkle every time if I could call it mine. In tiny sparks that dance and fly, you shimmer when you smile. A sweetness laced with citrus rind that stirs my heart a while. Even when the glass runs low and daylight starts to slow, you stay like bubbles on my lips, still bright and soft and slow. A morning calm with mingled notes begins to gently play. You stir your cup, I fold my hands and watch the light delay. No matching steps, no mirrored ways, just rhythm in our tone. A story spun from contrast sweet that somehow feels like home. A breeze that hums in different keys now holds a single sound. You lift your brow, I smile low, no need to chase around. A quiet sip, a softer pull, where once our edges frayed now swirls into a deeper taste where harmony is made. In tones that once were far apart, we find a woven thread, a love that brews in subtle warmth where separate lives have led. The sugar clings, the roast runs deep, yet never quite the same. You bring the fire, I bring the breeze, but meet without a name. You never need to match my style, nor blend your shade to mine. And still within this fusion made, we steep in something fine. A contrast born still settles like a kiss. And though we're drawn from different grounds, it lands in perfect bliss. You never asked to be like me, nor soften where you stand. But in our varied, richer notes, we grow what love had planned. In tones that once were far apart, we find a woven thread, a love that brews in subtle warmth, where separate lives have led. No echoed voice, no mirrored face, just resonance unique. And in that blend we find the sound that neither one could seek. A scent that rises through the air and hums beneath our skin. I take the path with every turn to meet your tone again. In tones that once were far apart, we find a woven thread, a love that brews in subtle warmth, where separate lives have led. Even if the cups run dry and mornings shift their hue, the flavor that we made from two still lives in all we do. A quiet pool beneath my ribs, the calm before a name. You enter not with trumpet sounds, but nothing stayed the same. No banners raised, no grand parade, just presence softly played. And in that hush the map was drawn, where all my joy is traced. A scent I didn't know I missed now lives in every breath. You fill the spaces I ignored and held them close to death. A compass spun by silent hands now points to where you stand. And when I seek the source of light, you're written in the land. In every line that brings me peace, your echo softly hums. The place where all my stories start is always where you're from. The world still spins, the colors shift, but something anchors me. You never claim to be the cause, yet bloom in all I see. You never needed louder notes to mark where love began. But everything I've ever felt still leads back to one plan. I tremble near the surface calm, now soothes what used to ache. And though I walk through endless paths, you're every turn I take. You never drew a dotted route or asked for praise or fame. But when they ask what changed my heart, I only speak your name. In every line that brings me peace, your echo softly hums. The place where all my stories start is always where you're from. No signature, no printed mark, just truth I always knew. And when I saw what I've gained, the root is always you. A whisper sown in all I do still pulses in my chest. I travel back 1,000 ways to where I love you best. In every line that brings me peace, your echo softly hums. The place where all my stories start is always where you're from. Even if the years expand and seasons fade above, I'll trace each joy back to one line, the origin, your love. Just out of morning's reach, yet linger in my eyes. No chasing wind, no rushing flame, just calm that holds its place. And drop by drop I let it build this feeling soft as lace. A stream of thought that doesn't press now weaves into the air. You never look, but still I pour a care beyond compare. A rhythm drawn from tempered time unfolds in steady waves. And though I wait without a word, I hope you feel it stay. In every pause that fills the room, you are the space I see. A patience brewed with quiet love that neither spills nor speaks. The corners catch the early light. As stillness finds its shade, you stir your drink, unaware yet you hold what I won't fake. You never ask how long I've stood or where this silence ends, but I release my truest self in messages I send. Hope that filters through the day without the need to name. And even if it goes unseen, it glows without a flame. You never ask for sudden leaps or fires that flare and fall, but I would wait 1,000 drops for just one gentle call. In every pause that fills the room, you are the space I see. A patience brewed with quiet love that neither spills nor speaks. No ribbon tied, no clock to chase, just something slow and clear. And though the world may pass us by, I'm always holding here. A kind of love that doesn't shout, but deepens as it grows. I'd give you every part of me in drops the heart bestows. In every pause that fills the room, you are the space I see. A patience brewed with quiet love that neither spills nor speaks. I'll leave behind a lasting cup of care I never weighed. A shimmer through the window pane begins to clear the haze. You say my name, and just like that, my mind forgets the maze. No crowded thoughts, no echo loud, just stillness pouring slow. And bit by bit, the heaviness releases all its glow. A current soft as folded cloth now flows where noise once stayed. You gather all the fragments up and let the rest cascade. A moment shaped with gentle touch now filters out the storm. And in your gaze I find the space where quiet becomes warm. Say a single word, yet everything feels still. You never chase the tangled lines or ask what they might mean. But somehow when you stay around, the mess becomes serene. A cloud I couldn't name alone now lives beneath your tone. And though the pieces once were sharp, they soften once you're known. You never try to rearrange or pull the thoughts apart, but just by being who you are, you realign my heart. In every glance that settles me, you wash the world away, and all that's left are threads of light. Just clarity through you. And when I lose the road I'm on, you show the quiet view. A calm that runs through every thought like sunlight through a sieve. I'd let you filter me for life just to relearn to live. In every glance that settles me, you wash the world away, and all that's left are threads of light where only peace can stay. Even if the days turn loud and shadows start to climb, you'll be the light that clears my mind, one still and saving line. spills from swinging brass, the air begins to stir. You step into my pulse again, though I'm not sure it's her. No warning sign, no whispered cue, just footsteps near the frame. And like a song I can't forget, my breath forgets its name. A shadow stretches past the door, it bends around the light. I catch myself mid-turn again, eyes drawn without a fight. A flicker lives beneath my ribs, the moment strikes its chord. And even if it isn't you, my heart won't be ignored. In echoes I can barely hold, you reach me without sound. A rhythm stitched in every beat that waits to be unbound. The steam still clings to window glass as time begins to slow. You never said you'd passed a day, but still I hope you show. You never promised morning bells or walks through crowded streets, but every chime that shakes the door feels laced with soft repeats. A name I dare not speak aloud still lives inside my throat. And though I try to drink it down, it always seems to float. You never try to make me stay or hold me in a place, but I return to see again, a glimpse or just your trace. In echoes I can barely hold, you reach me without sound. A rhythm stitched in every beat that waits to be unbound. No certainty, no guarantee, just moments drawn in thread. And every time the door swings wide, you're living in my head. A heartbeat built from longing hush that trips before the truth. I turn 1,000 times again to search the shape of you. In echoes I can barely hold, you reach me without sound. A rhythm stitched in every beat that waits to be unbound. Even if the room stays still and only strangers come, you'll be the step I always hear, the silence I become. A table set for two again, but only one remains. The porcelain reflects the light, yet something always strains. No curtain sways, no sudden breeze, just silence taking hold. And in the place you used to be, the afternoon turns cold. A shadow leans across your side where laughter used to land. I reach to move your untouched cup, believe it where it stands. A pause between the clink and stir now echoes far too loud. And though just circles where you go. The glass grows warm, the coffee dull, still waiting for your sound. You always had that perfect way of pulling moments round. You never said you'd slip away or leave this chair so bare. But now the sweetest part of me just lingers in midair. A napkin folded neat and square still holds a part of you. And though you're gone, I speak as if you're just beyond my view. You never need to speak aloud to haunt these little scenes. You're everywhere, the quiet sits inside my in-betweens. In spaces where your shape once stayed, the air begins to slow, and every thought I try to chase just circles where you go. No ticking clock, no calling name, just steam that fades too fast. And every time the door swings wide, I fall into the past. A memory steeped in quiet cups now settles in my chest. I'd give up all the world to hear your voice above the rest. In spaces where your shape once stayed, the air begins to slow, and every thought I try to chase just circles where you go. Even as the drink turns cold and patrons come and leave, this chair across from where I sit still holds the way I grieve. A cushion sighs beneath our weight, the twilight folds us in. You rest your head along my arm and slow the world within. No buzzing line, no ticking clock, just hush that gently stays. A fabric rich with quiet care that wraps the edge of days. A silence trimmed in maroon plush now hums beneath your skin. You shift a bit, the moment breathes and lets our calm begin. A shelter formed by nothing loud but depth in every glance. And in this curve of comfort shape, we give the night its dance. In corners where the velvet falls, A finger trails along the seam where quiet thoughts reside. And even if the sky may fall, you'd catch me from inside. You never build a higher wall, but open softer ground. And when I lean into your shape, it's where my peace is found. In corners where the velvet folds, you soften every fear. A warmth that needs no spoken word, just you, just being near. No checklist drawn, no battle plan, just ease that slowly grows. And as I sink beside your breath, the static simply goes. A memory stitched in midnight blue now cradles all my ache. I choose this seat 1,000 times for every breath we take. In corners where the velvet folds, you soften every fear. A warmth that needs no spoken word, just you, just being near. Even when the lights go dim and day begins to break, this velvet hush between our hearts is more than rest can make. A gentle hum beneath the sky, the morning finds its way. You pass the cup across the light, and suddenly I stay. No sparkle dress, no silver tray, just the laughter on your side. A little grin, a paper sleeve, and joy I cannot hide. That folds in quiet tones becomes my favorite line. No ribbon wraps the moment here, yet everything feels fine. A simple seat, the clink of glass, you lean and brush your sleeve. And in the calm I find it clear, there's nowhere else I'd leave. Each sip we take a gentle step inside a softer place. You never try to make it shine or chase a perfect frame, yet all the time I sit with you feels sweeter than a name. A moment sown in daily breath still warms the quiet air. And even if the world forgets, you're always simply there. You never speak in grand design, but still you make it stay. And in the hush I come to know, this is my holiday. In hours marked by nothing grand, you make the silence glow. Your presence turns the in-between to more than I could show. No distant bell, no candle flame, just hands around the steam. And while the sky may not applaud, this stillness holds a dream. A resting heart, a softened gaze, a peace too pure to buy. I choose this table every time, no need to question why. In hours marked by nothing grand, you make the silence glow. Your presence turns the in-between to more than I could show. Even when the streets forget and calendars move past, this quiet day beside your smile becomes the one that lasts. A velvet hush surrounds the room, the corner wraps in gold. You trace the rim of porcelain and let the moment hold. No sparkling lights, no scripted lines, just warmth that gently stays. A scent that drifts from brewed embrace and paints the scene in haze. A whisper floats across the steam, then settles in my chest. You didn't speak a single vow, but gave me all the rest. A table worn with countless talks now glows beneath your gaze. And in this space I write you down, our quiet kind of blaze. Chapters folded through the breeze, you turn the page with me. Your glance becomes the sweetest ink that stains eternally. The sound of cups, the city low, still frames us in its light. You lean into the comfort here, and time forgets to write. You never say it has to last or draw it in the sand, but every breath I share with you feels placed by something planned. A canvas hung in memory still lives within this air. And even as the stories fade, this one will still be there. You never ask for painted skies or tales that shout and shine, but here within the calmest hour you made this moment mine. In chapters folded through the breeze, you turn the page with me. Your glance becomes the sweetest ink that stains eternally. No golden script, no perfect end, just echoes in the brew. And as I sip, the warmth reminds the heart I found in you. A rhythm soft, a candle's breath now flickers in our past. I'd mark this day in every book if love like this could last. In chapters folded through the breeze, you turn the page with me. Your becomes the sweetest ink that stains eternally. Even if the chairs are moved and strangers take our place, this cafe keeps the tender note we wrote in quiet grace. A folded frown beneath the lid, the day begins to brew. You glance my way, the world resumes in shades I never knew. No louder tones, no heavy sighs, just you with half a grin. And suddenly the edge I wore feels foolish from within. A flash of mint behind your smile unwinds my tangled air. I wanted space, a touch of cold, but melted in your stare. A mug still warm with yesterday now mirrors something new. And though I tried to stay upset, I laugh because of you. Caught between the lines, you sleep beneath my mood. Your presence stirs a softer taste, both tender and subdued. The words I thought I had to say now vanish with the steam. You walk around without a clue, but calm my every scheme. You never planned to charm or mend, but still you turn the tide. A little glance, a tilted head, and anger slips outside. A moment filled with sugared air, then laced in tiny storms. And though I try to stay composed, you break it with your warmth. You never chase the reasons why or ask me to explain. But in your light I lose the dark, and only you remain. In flavors caught between the lines, you steep beneath my mood. Your presence stirs a softer taste, both tender and subdued. No perfect script, no measured pour, just what you always do. And though I swore I'd hold my pride, I lean again on you. A blend that's hard to fully name, yet lingers on my tongue. I'd drink 1,000 storms again if this is what they've brung. In flavors caught between the lines, you steep beneath my mood. Your presence stirs a softer taste, both tender and subdued. Even when the clouds roll in and tempers start to burn, your smile like matcha in the breeze brings all my loves return. shimmer breaks across the shade, the morning breeze anew. You speak and all the crowded thoughts begin to drift from view. No bitter way, no tangled chain, just quiet through the chest. A sudden lift, a softened sky that brings my mind to rest. A floating hush, a silver trace you offer without trying. No lesson told, no practice charm, just words that let me fly. A breeze slips in between my ribs and clears what couldn't leave. And in that tone I find a peace I barely could believe. In moments where the air turns light, you come like whispered rain, a breath that cools the burning walls and steadies all my strain. The glass grows clear, the colors fade, but still your sound remains. A ribbon twined in conversation loosens all my chains. You never seek the perfect cure or craft a grander speech, but every syllable you send finds corners I can't reach. A hush that taps on restless skin, then melts into the soul. And though the world keeps spinning fast, you help me feel it whole. You never try to dim the storm, but let the current pass. And with your voice I find a breeze that cuts through every mask. In moments where the air turns light, you come like whispered rain, a breath that cools the burning walls and steadies all my strain. No marble gate, no sudden shift, just calm behind your tone. And when I fall beneath the weight, you lift me on your own. A peppermint that graces thought, then lingers as I go. I'd bottle every sound you make to hear when shadows grow. In moments where the air turns light, you come like whispered rain, a breath that cools the burning walls and steadies all my strain. Even if the wind stands still and silence starts to spread, your voice remains a tender breeze that lives inside my head. A golden hush begins to spill across the western light. You pour the tea, the hour folds and slips into the night. No painted skies or spoken vows, just citrus in the air, the kind of quiet only shared by those who truly care. A copper hue along the rim now stains the sky with peace. Your shadow leans against the glass and all the world will see. A twilight held between our hands now sweetens every glance. that dances in your face. We never need to chase the light, it slows within this space. You never race to name the shade or hold the fleeting hue, but still the evening knows your name and bends itself for you. A memory sown in every sip now rests where silence sings, and though the sun begins to bow, it never really sinks. You never rush the fall of day or pull the moment fast, but even dusk feels full of light when held within your grasp. In colors brushed with gentle spice, you settle near my side, a bloom of warmth and fleeting gold that time cannot divide. No brighter blaze, no louder flame, just steady fading heat. And in the hush I see the sky lay quiet at your feet. A scent of citrus bold and soft now spins beneath the breeze. I'd sit with you till stars arrive in sunsets just like these. In colors brushed with gentle spice, you settle near my side, a bloom of warmth and fleeting gold that time cannot divide. Even as the light grows thin and twilight draws away, you leave a trace in every dusk like bergamot and gray. A tender hush behind the bar, the steam begins to rise. You greet the day with just one glance and ran me through my eyes. No second guess, no searching pause, you know before I speak. The way you move is like a note composed for what I see. A faint recall of gentle things you gather without sound. The smallest shade of how I feel you somehow always found. A porcelain smile, a softened air, you hand me what I crave. And in the quiet act you make, you're more than words could say. In gestures laced with silent care, you hold what I conceal. Your hand extends what feels like home and shows me what is real. The light reflects on lacquered wood you fold into the flow. Not asking why, not missing once the rhythm that I know. You never point or ask aloud, yet offer all I need. A warmth that pours into the cup, then lets the silence sleep. A memory built from morning hours still settles on the glass. And though the world keeps moving fast, you never let me pass. You never claim to understand, but still you always do. And every breath I take today feels traced with thoughts of you. In gesture No sudden word, no flashing sign, just ease within your frame. And when I turn, you're waiting there, as if we played a game. A knowing glance, a quiet nod, so simple yet so deep. I'd trade the loudest love I've known for something I can keep. In gestures laced with silent care, you hold what I conceal. Your hand extends what feels like home, and shows me what is real. Even when the world turns loud and mornings lose their pace, you bring me what I didn't ask and fill my empty space. A velvet trace along the rim, the daylight leans and sighs. You watch this world dissolve again with wonder in your eyes. No hurried hands, no closing call, just time that slowly spills. A silence steeped in something warm that lingers as it still. A distant hush inside the cup now breathe against my chest. You tilt it back, and with a nod you drink the very rest. A finish soft but full and round, it holds a secret weight. And even as the glass runs dry, it's something we create. In endings where the quiet stays, you bloom like summer deep. A trace that curls along the rim and follows when I sleep. The shadows play across the grain as dusk begins to bend. You don't reach out to catch the night, but meet it like a friend. You never try to frame it all or find the perfect close, but in the way you stay so near, the sweetest part still grows. A drop remains, it coats the breath and clings to every word. And though I move from where we sat, your laughter still is heard. You never write a final line, but shape it in your skin. And I believe if love can last, it always starts within. In endings where the quiet stays, you bloom like summer deep. A trace that curls along the rim and follows when I sleep. No louder note, no heavy close, just something more than clear. And when I taste the air you leave, it's like you're always near. A memory slow and slightly sweet that stains the passing hour. I'd sip again each second past Days where the quiet stays, you bloom like summer deep, a trace that curls along the rim and follows when I sleep. Even if the cup runs dry and lips forget the heat, our love will echo in the steam, still fragrant, full, complete. A glimmer slips along the glass, the fizz begins to raise. You step into the afternoon with laughter in your eyes. No clever tricks, no rhyme cliche, just sunlight on your grin. And suddenly my chest ignites with something bright within. A burst of pink that skims my thoughts and leaps without a sound. You tilt your head, the moment pops and spins the world around. A whisper made of crystal threads now echoes through my skin. And when you speak, the silence breaks like joy that jumps right in. In tiny sparks that dance and fly, you shimmer when you smile. A sweetness laced with citrus rind that stirs my heart a while. The clink of cubes, the curl of zest still hums beneath your tongue. You never know the way you bloom and make the stillness known. You never chase a perfect beat or try to make me guess, but every glance you send my way feels fizzy nonetheless. A swirl of air that meets my grin and gently pulls me close. And though I try to act composed, my cheeks betray me most. You never plan to sweep me up or burst into my day, but somehow in your quiet light my flutter floats away. In tiny sparks that dance and fly, you shimmer when you smile. A sweetness laced with citrus rind that stirs my heart a while. No overture, no fireworks, just bubbles in the breeze. And when you laugh, the air becomes a melody that frees. A grapefruit drop upon my tongue, then spreads like glowing wine. I'd catch that sparkle every time if I could call it mine. In tiny sparks that dance and fly, you shimmer when you smile. A sweetness laced with citrus rind that stirs my heart a while. Even when the glass runs low and daylight starts to slow, You stay like bubbles on my lips, still bright and soft and slow. Begins to gently play. You stir your cup, I fold my hands and watch the light delay. No matching steps, no mirrored ways, just rhythm in our tone. A story spun from contrast sweet that somehow feels like home. The breeze that hums in different keys now holds a single sound. You lift your brow, I smile low, no need to chase around. A quiet sip, a softer pull, where once our edges frayed now swirls into a deeper taste, where harmony is made. In tones that once were far apart, we find a woven thread, a love that brews in subtle warmth, where separate lives have led. The sugar clings, the roast runs deep, yet never quite the same. You bring the fire, I bring the breeze, but meet without a name. You never need to match my style, nor blend your shade to mine. And still within this fusion made, we steep in something fine. A contrast born from morning beams still settles like a kiss. And though we're drawn from different grounds, it lands in perfect bliss. You never asked to be like me, nor soften where you stand. But in our varied, richer notes, we grow what love had planned. In tones that once were far apart, we find a woven thread, a love that brews in subtle warmth, where separate lives have led. No echoed voice, no mirrored face, just resonance unique. And in that blend we find the sound that neither one could seek. A scent that rises through the air and hums beneath our skin. I take the path with every turn to meet your tone again. In tones that once were far apart, we find a woven thread, a love that brews in subtle warmth, where separate lives have led. Even if the cups run dry and mornings shift their hue, the flavor that we made from two still lives in all we do. With trumpet sounds, but nothing stayed the same. No banners raised, no grand parade, just presents softly played. And in that hush the map was drawn where all my joy is traced. A scent I didn't know I missed now lives in every breath. You filled the spaces I ignored and held them close to death. A compass spun by silent hands now points to where you stand. And when I seek the source of light, you're written in the land. In every line that brings me peace, your echo softly hums. The place where all my stories start is always where you're from. The world still spins, the colors shift, but something anchors me. You never claim to be the cause, yet bloom in all I see. You never needed louder notes to mark where love began. But everything I've ever felt still leads back to one plan. I tremble near the surface calm, now soothes what used to ache. And though I walk through endless paths, you're every turn I take. You never drew a dotted route or asked for praise or fame. But when they ask what changed my heart, I only speak your name. In every line that brings me peace, your echo softly hums. The place where all my stories start is always where you're from. No signature, no printed mark, just truth I always knew. And when I soar through what I've gained, the root is always you. A whisper sown in all I do still pulses in my chest. I travel back 1,000 ways to where I love you best. In every line that brings me peace, your echo softly hums. The place where all my stories start is always where you're from. Even if the years expand and seasons fade above, I'll trace each joy back to one line: the origin, your love. Grace, and the warmth begins to rise. You stand just out of morning's reach, yet linger in my eyes. No chasing wind, no rushing flame, just calm that holds its place. And drop by drop I let it build this feeling soft as lace. A stream of thought that doesn't press now weaves into the air. You never look, but still I pour a care beyond compare. A rhythm drawn from tempered time unfolds in steady waves. And though I wait without a word, I hope you feel it stay. Pause that fills the room, you are the space I see. catch the early light. As stillness finds its shade, you stir your drink, unaware yet you hold what I won't fade. You never ask how long I've stood or where this silence ends, but I release my truest self in messages I send. Hope that filters through the day without the need to name, and even if it goes unseen, it glows without a flame. You never ask for sudden leaps or fires that flare and fall, but I would wait 1,000 drops for just one gentle call. In every pause that fills the room, you are the space I see. A patience brewed with quiet love that neither spills nor speaks. No ribbon tied, no clock to chase, just something slow and clear. And though the world may pass us by, I'm always holding here a kind of love that doesn't shout, but deepens as it grows. I'd give you every part of me in drops the heart bestows. In every pause that fills the room, you are the space I see. A patience brewed with quiet love that neither spills nor speaks. Even if the pot runs low and steam begins to fade, I'll leave behind a lasting cup of care. I never wait. The shimmer through the window pane begins to clear the haze. You say my name, and just like that, my mind forgets the maze. No crowded thoughts, no echo loud, just stillness pouring slow. And bit by bit, the heaviness releases all its glow. A current soft as folded cloth now flows where noise once stayed. You gather all the fragments up and let the rest cascade. A moment shaped with gentle touch now filters out the storm. And in your gaze I find the space where quiet becomes warm. That settles me, you wash the world away, and all that's left are threads of light where only peace can stay. The air turns cool, the tension thins as seconds pass like silk. You never say a single word, yet everything feels still. You never chase the tangled lines or ask what they might mean, but somehow when you stay around, the mess becomes serene. A cloud I couldn't name alone now static pulse, just clarity through you. And when I lose the road I'm on, you show the quiet view. A calm that runs through every thought, like sunlight through a sieve. I'd let you filter me for life, just to relearn to live. In every glance that settles me, you wash the world away. And all that's left are threads of light where only peace can stay. Even if the days turn loud and shadows start to climb, you'll be the light that clears my mind, one still and saving line. A jingle spills from swinging brass, the air begins to stir. You step into my pulse again, though I'm not sure it's her. No warning sign, no whisper cue, just footsteps near the frame. And like a song I can't forget, my breath forgets its name. A shadow stretches past the door, it bends around the light. I catch myself mid-turn again, eyes drawn without a fight. A flicker lips beneath my ribs, the moment strikes its chord. And even if it isn't you, my heart won't be ignored. In echoes I can barely hold, you reach me without sound. A rhythm stitched in every beat that waits to be unbound. The steam still clings to window glass as time begins to slow. You never said you'd pass today, but still I hope you show. You never promised morning bells or walks through crowded streets, but every chime that shakes the door feels laced with soft repeats. A name I dare not speak aloud still lives inside my throat. And though I try to drink it down, it always seems to float. You never try to make me stay or hold me in a place, but I return to see again a glimpse or just your trace. In echoes I can barely hold, you reach me without sound. A rhythm stitched in every beat that waits to be unbound. No certainty, no guarantee, just moments drawn in thread. And every time the door swings wide, you're living in my head. A heartbeat built from longing hush that trips before the truth. I turn 1,000 times again to search the shape of you. In echoes I can barely hold, you reach me without sound. A rhythm stitched in every beat that waits to be porcelain reflects the light, yet something always strains. No curtain sways, no sudden breeze, just silence taking hold. And in the place you used to be, the afternoon turns cold. A shadow leans across your side where laughter used to land. I reach to move your untouched cup, believe it where it stands. A pause between the clink and stir now echoes far too loud. And though the room is filled with sun, it's lost beneath this cloud. In spaces where your shape once stayed, the air begins to slow, and every thought I try to chase just circles where you go. The glass grows warm, the coffee dull, still waiting for your sound. You always had that perfect way of pulling moments round. You never said you'd slip away or leave this chair so bare. But now the sweetest part of me just lingers in midair. A napkin folded neat and square still holds a part of you. And though you're gone, I speak as if you're just beyond my view. You never need to speak aloud to haunt these little scenes. You're everywhere, the quiet sits inside my in-betweens. In spaces where your shape once stayed, the air begins to slow, and every thought I try to chase just circles where you go. No ticking clock, no calling name, just steam that fades too fast. And every time the door swings wide, I fall into the past. A memory steeped in quiet cups now settles in my chest. I'd give up all the world to hear your voice above the rest. In spaces where your shape once stayed, the air begins to slow, and every thought I try to chase just circles where you go. Even as the drink turns cold and patrons come and leave, this chair across from where I sit still holds the way I grieve. A cushion sighs beneath our weight, the twilight folds us in. You rest your head along my arm and slow the world within. No buzzing line, no ticking clock, just hush that gently stays. A fabric rich with quiet care that wraps the edge of days. A silence trimmed in maroon plush now hums beneath your skin. You shift a bit, the moment breathes and lets our calm begin. A shelter formed by nothing loud but depth in every glance. you feel like journeys end. A finger trails along the seam where quiet thoughts reside. And even if the sky may fall, you'd catch me from inside. You never build a higher wall, but open softer ground. And when I lean into your shape, it's where my peace is found. In corners where the velvet folds, you soften every fear. A warmth that needs no spoken word, just you, just being near. No checklist drawn, no battle plan, just ease that slowly grows. And as I sink beside your breath, the static simply goes. A memory stitched in midnight blue now cradles all my ache. I choose this seat 1,000 times for every breath we take. In corners where the velvet folds, you soften every fear. A warmth that needs no spoken word, just you, just being near. Even when the lights go dim and day begins to break, this velvet hush between our hearts is more than rest can make. A gentle hum beneath the sky, the morning finds its way. You pass the cup across the light, and suddenly I stay. No sparkle dress, no silver tray, just the laughter on your side. A little grin, a paper sleeve, and joy I cannot hide. That folds in quiet tones becomes my favorite line. No ribbon wraps the moment here, yet everything feels fine. A simple seat, the clink of glass, you lean and brush your sleeve. And in the calm I find it clear, there's nowhere else I'd leave. The outside world keeps moving fast, but we don't mind the pace. Each sip we take, a gentle step inside a softer place. You never try to make it shine or chase a perfect frame, yet all the time I sit with you feels sweeter than quiet air. And even if the world forgets, you're always simply there. You never speak in grand design, but still you make it stay. And in the hush I come to know, this is my holiday. In hours marked by nothing grand, you make the silence glow. Your presence turns the in-between to more than I could show. No distant bell, no candle flame, just hands around dream. A resting heart, a softened gaze, a peace too pure to buy. I choose this table every time, no need to question why. In hours marked by nothing grand, you make the silence glow. Your presence turns the in-between to more than I could show. Even when the streets forget and calendars move past, this quiet day beside your smile becomes the one that lasts. A velvet hush surrounds the room, the corner wraps in gold. You trace the rim of porcelain and let the moment hold. No sparkling lights, no scripted lines, just warmth that gently stays. A scent that drifts from brewed embrace and paints the scene in haze. A whisper floats across the steam, then settles in my chest. You didn't speak a single vow, but gave me all the rest. A table worn with countless talks now glows beneath your gaze. And in this space I write you down, our quiet kind of blaze. In chapters folded through the breeze, you turn the page with me. Your glance becomes the sweetest ink that stains eternally. The sound of cups, the city low, still frames us in its light. You lean into the comfort here, and time forgets to write. You never say it has to last or draw it in the sand, but every breath I share with you feels placed by something planned. A canvas hung in memory still lives within this air. And even as the stories fade, this one will still be there. You never ask for painted skies or tales that shout and shine, but here within the calmest hour you made this moment mine. In chapters folded through the breeze, you turn the page with me. Your glance becomes the sweetest ink that stains eternally. No golden script, no perfect ten, just echoes in the brew. And as I sip, the warmth reminds the heart I found in you. A rhythm soft, a candle's breath now flickers in our past. I'd mark this day in every book if love like this could last. In chapters folded through the breeze, you turn the page with me. Your glance becomes the sweetest ink that stains eternity. tender note we wrote in quiet grace. A folded frown beneath the lid, the day begins to brew. You glance my way, the world resumes in shades I never knew. No louder tones, no heavy sighs, just you with half a grin. And suddenly the edge I wore feels foolish from within. A flash of mint behind your smile unwinds my tangled hair. I wanted space, a touch of cold, but melted in your stare. A mug still warm with yesterday now mirrors something new. And though I tried to stay upset, I laugh because of you. Caught between the lines, you sleep beneath my mood. Your presence stirs a softer taste, both tender and subdued. The words I thought I had to say now vanish with the steam. You walk around without a clue, but calm my every scheme. You never planned to charm or mend, but still you turn the tide. A little glance, a tilted head, and anger slips outside. A moment filled with sugared air, then laced in tiny storms. And though I try to stay composed, you break it with your warmth. You never chase the reasons why or ask me to explain. But in your light I lose the dark and only you remain. In flavors caught between the lines, you steep beneath my mood. Your presence stirs a softer taste, both tender and subdued. No perfect script, no measured pour, just what you always do. And though I swore I'd hold my pride, I lean again on you. A blend that's hard to fully name, yet lingers on my tongue. I'd drink 1,000 storms again if this is what they've brung. In flavors caught between the lines, you steep beneath my mood. Your presence stirs a softer taste, both tender and subdued. Even when the clouds roll in and tempers start to burn, your smile like matcha in the breeze brings all my love's return. A shimmer breaks across the shade, the morning breeze anew. You speak in all the crowded thoughts begin to drift from view. No bitter way, no tangled chain, just quiet through the chest. A sudden lift, a softened sky that brings my mind to rest. A floating hush, a silver trace you offer without try. No lesson told, no practice charm, just words that let me fly. A breeze slips in between my ribs and clears what couldn't leave. And in that tone I find a peace I barely could believe. In moments where the air turns light, you come like whispered rain, a breath that cools the burning walls and steadies all my strain. The glass grows clear, the colors fade, but still your sound remains. A ribbon twined in conversation loosens all my chains. You never seek the perfect cure or craft a grander speech, but every syllable you send finds corners I can't reach. A hush that taps on restless skin, then melts into the soul. And though the world keeps spinning fast, you help me feel it whole. You never try to dim the storm, but let the current pass. And with your voice I find a breeze that cuts through every mask. In moments where the air turns light, you come like whispered rain, a breath that cools the burning walls and steadies all my strain. No marble gate, no sudden shift, just calm behind your tone. And when I fall beneath the weight, you lift me on your own. A peppermint that graces thought, then lingers as I go. I'd bottle every sound you make to hear when shadows grow. In moments where the air turns light, you come like whispered rain, a breath that cools the burning walls and steadies all my strain. Even if the wind stands still and silence starts to spread, your voice remains a tender breeze that lives inside my head. A golden hush begins to spill across the western light. You pour the tea, the hour folds and slips into the night. No painted skies or spoken vows, just citrus in the air, the kind of quiet only shared by those who truly care. A copper hue along the rim now stains the sky with peace. Your shadow leans against the glass and all the world will see. A twilight held between our hands now sweetens every glance. And just like leaves that steep in glow, you give my heart a chance. In is in your face. We never need to chase the light, it slows within this space. You never race to name the shade or hold the fleeting hue, but still the evening knows your name and bends itself for you. A memory sown in every sip now rests where silence sings, and though the sun begins to bow, it never really sinks. You never rush the fall of day or pull the moment fast, but even dusk feels full of light when held within your grasp. In colors brushed with gentle spice, you settle near my side, a bloom of warmth and fleeting gold that time cannot divide. No brighter blaze, no louder flame, just steady fading heat. And in the hush I see the sky lay quiet at your feet. The scent of citrus, bold and soft, now spins beneath the breeze. I'd sit with you till stars arrive in sunsets just like these.